Welcome to the learners. Today we are going to discuss on one of the important aspects of consumer protection law, that is known as the impact of advertisement on consumer. You see, if we open the daily newspaper or the TV channels, we often come across all type of advertisements. In fact, all the channels, the time spent, if you make an assessment, the time spent for advertisement more than the content of the all programs are concerned. Every 5 to 10 minutes you find n number of advertisement. So the purpose or object of the advertisement to induce the people to purchase the goods for which they have no interest at all. By repeatedly telling the consumer that this good is good, this good is better, this for given reasons, all the consumer who is not at all interested on the particular item, they may be at times say induced to go for that commodity. So it's a technique adopted by the traders and service providers to induce those consumers who are not interested in that goods, but induce them by giving this advertisement to make the purchase that goods, so that their market share there is increased. That is the objective behind the advertisement is concerned. Advertisement, if it is contains say real facts, with reasonable real facts and reasonably say advertisement without any hiding any of the factual information, that's good and healthy for any economy as a whole is concerned. But advertisement which contains false information, misleading, so as to deceive the public and the consumer, definitely that is not in the interest of the consumer as well as the nation is concerned. Now we are going to discuss on this. Before we have a discussion on case laws on this side, let us see the definition of advertisement provided under the Act, under the Consumer Protection Act is concerned. This advertisement defined under the 2(1) of the Consumer Protection Act 2009, and it means that advertisement refers to any audio or any visual publicity or any representation made or any endorsement or pronunciation made by means of the means such as light or sound or smoke or gas or print or electronic media or internet or website, and includes any notice or circular, any label, any wrapper or invoice or such as the document. You see that very wide definition. Very often when you see open the newspapers, you find some leaflets put inside the newspapers, giving various publicity about either the new mall shops opened or new facilities available within the vicinity of our residence and all. It may be related to the opening of the computer shop, even the hair cutting salon. It may be some hotel, small restaurants, like the small pamphlets you will find along the newspapers. So these are the modes of advertisement. So it covers the various gambit. Audio, it may be audio, it may be video, it may be audio and video, it may be only visual, or it may be on sounds alone only. Likewise, these are this advertisement, the different forms of advertisement. Then what is the role of advertisement? That one should also understand. The role of advertisement or the objective purpose of advertisement is to capture the attention of the consumers, to secure the interest of the consumer, to create a desire in the minds of the consumer about the goods on which they have no desire or interest at all. Then encourage action on the part of the consumer to purchase that commodity. So these are the four broader role and aim of the advertisement is to capture the attention, secure the interest, and create desire in the minds of the people and all, so that they can purchase the goods, or they may be in a way forced or compelled to purchase the goods is concerned. Now, what is the purpose and objective? Advertisements are made to propagate awareness and should not mislead the consumer. See, no doubt, advertisement for the purpose of propagating about the quality of the goods, about the advantages of goods, about the merits of the goods, and also create awareness of the public about the utility of the goods. Therefore, in that way, advertisement is very useful, relevant, and important, not only from the point of the individual, but also the economy as a whole. But the problem lies where the advertisement is completely misleading, completely misinforming the public, or it makes the false propaganda, or it makes the false assurance that the consumer is going to benefit a lot, about which I will come to the case laws little later. Then certainly it is not an advertisement in the healthy manner. It will definitely affect not only the economy and the people at large also. So advertisement should bring precisely what the advertisement should contain is, it should contain or bring precisely the use and motive of the product, but the manufacturer or trader should not look for their gain or profits. Their focus should be on telling the people about the utility of the goods concerned, but their aim should not to gain or make profit out of that advertisements or out of the outcome of the advertisement concern. However, in India there are certain restrictions or some sanctions are imposed on certain areas due to which the advertisements have been made and all. Due to severe sanctions on advertising certain products like alcohol, no one can make this advertisement all. Tobacco products prohibited. The medicines and the baby food and led to the emergence of the whole genre of misleading and surrogate advertising and all. No, because of such a restriction imposed, people resort to misleading advertisements all. Even on alcohol, we have seen several advertisements all, but that is not as per the requirement the law is concerned. So, advertisement in short is it's good so long as it contains the valuable information, relevant information, true information. Anything beyond that, if it contains misleading information, false information with the intention to allure the public, then definitely it's not a good good advertisement. It's not good for neither good for the society or for a nation as a whole. Advertisements create artificial needs or unnecessary necessities. The advertisement motivate and persuade consumer to buy the things that they are not really needed. That's what when people are not at all interested in the purchase of the commodity, but the advertisement motivate them, persuade them, sometimes allure them to purchase that goods, maybe by way of the scheme. They often come out several schemes, lotteries, system all introduced to allure the public only. Advertising should not persuade by playing with the consumer's emotions, anxieties, psychological needs and desires such as status, self-esteem, attractiveness and others, but they should provide information useful in making purchase decisions such as price, what is the price they should be made available in the advertisement, performance of the commodity and other objective criteria. So, advertisement should get this relevant information only. Now, let us take some of the case laws on these advertisements, So, this is about the very few cases have been selected. Now, Dove Hair Fall Rescue Shampoo case. In this case, an advertisement aired in various TV channels, claiming that no hair fall, no damage. This is the caption of the advertisement concerned. Dove Hair Fall for the shampoo is concerned. What the advertisement said that used the word super has been used in the advertisement, represented no hair breakage and split ends when regularly used Dove shampoo. What they said was, when anyone who uses the Dove shampoo, he or she will not have no hair breakage and there won't be split ends. That is what the advertisement stated. So, by seeing this advertisement, people started purchasing this shampoo. But some of the people after using it, they found that the advertisement was misleading. But despite using it, it led to the hair breakage and it split ends and all, they noticed it. Then they filed the case before the consumer court. The claim made before the consumer court was this claim, that is the words that an advertisement was that the claiming no hair fall, no damage. That claim needs to be substantiated with independent technical data and research data based on the research data to be made available to the public. The word super in the advertisement was blurred and it was illegible from the consumer point of view, and it was also not readable, very small print and all. Then based after the examination, verification of the facts and claims and counterclaims, the court came to the conclusion that no hair fall, no damage was not substantiated and was tagged misleading. Hence, advertisement was withdrawn. The company was compelled, rather forced to withdraw this advertisement due to the fact that they were unable to substantiate that claim that no hair fall, no damage was is a true or actual happening and all. So, this is one of the Dove Hair Fall Rescue Shampoo case, and the people, they have been misled by this advertisement, and the company has been asked to withdraw this advertisement in the larger interest of the public and the consumers concerned. Another one, Nirmal Baba's case. And it's a very simple case. This Nirmal Baba is a sadhu, spiritual sadhu, he claimed himself. Allegation is that Nirmal Baba has been advertising in different electronic and print media channels, claiming to give magical treatment while misleading the common man by claiming himself to be a representative of God. India is with the illiterate people, over 60 to 70 people are illiterate. They are uneducated, and they are in the rural areas. They do not have adequate knowledge about the worldly affairs, and also even today we have the large chunk of population who believes in this such type of claims and all. People even today they go to the people, the so-called claimants of the God and all, and they undergo sufferings and all. That's a matter of it. And also based on this advertisement, it was noticed that this advertisement is contrary to the provision of Drugs and Magic Remedies Objection Advertisement Act. The country has already passed a law prohibiting such type of advertisement in the year 1950 result in the name of Drugs and Magic Remedies Objection Advertisement Act. Accordingly, that the Baba was restrained from making such type of the claim before the TV channel and radio channel and all, because some of the state type of people, they want to exploit the lack of awareness of the common man is concerned. Their only job is to exploit. People are not all aware of any of this legal provisions are concerned. So Nirmal Baba case is one thing where he made that he has the magic in his power, in his hand, so he is capable of clearing all the miseries of the people concerned. Ultimately, the court said no, that type of advertisement is prohibited under the law. So he was restrained from making further claims of this kind. Series only. Now, another interesting, we have come across a large number of educational institutions. No, not the educational institutions, but institutions engaged in promoting the educational activities concerned. Like this teaching, this institutions. They claim themselves as the coaching institutions. Large number of coaching institutions. Large thousands of lakhs and lakhs of this coaching institutes come up. Not only for IAS coaching, you take IPS coaching, even the college level coaching for admission for taking your NEET exam or CAT exam, law for admission tests for everything. Law admission, there is a level for management, separate admission tests are being made. So with the view to attract people, they make all type of claims. So one such case noticed by this the aggrieved consumer was, there was an institution called the Career Launcher. It's a coaching institution. It claimed that top 2020 all India rank holders in CLAT, that is Central Law Admission Test, and also in National Law University Delhi. They claimed that the Career Launcher claimed in one of the advertisement that the top 20 all India rank holder in the CLAT test, that the Central Law Admission Test, and also in the admission of NLU Delhi for law degree, they all are from the Career Launchers. But when this implied that the students who took CLAT and this All India Legal Entrance Test and all, they achieved All India rank 1 to 20 were Career Launch students. But the claims were later on found to be false. When they verified the documents, when they noticed that the claims were totally false. So claims were not supported and substantiated with the reliable data or evidence when they have been asked for it. So the Consumer Complaints Council conclude the claims mentioned are misleading and they have been prohibited from making such type the advertisement also. Again, whatever this may be one case, but even today, these coaching institutions are making claims whenever the UPSC results are declared, final result, every full page advertisement, all our students have secured top 100 list, top 100 as the toppers are in our batch only. So, but people, common men, they don't have the time or the resources to find out, to verify actually whether are they belong to that their own coaching center students are registered or not, because we neither have the time nor resources. But taking advantage of this thing, the coaching institutions, they make a large type of advertisement, they fool the public, they mislead the public, and they most importantly, you collect enormous money, lakhs and lakhs of rupees collected. Rather, I would like to say they are looting the public. Unfortunately, that's what we have to say. So we should not be guided by this type of misleading advertisement. One of such cases, the education institutions, coaching institutions are concerned. Now let us come to the food items related to misleading advertisements. This is the Gautam Trivedi versus Mahalakshmi Nasta House case. In this case, the consumer purchased a bottle of soft drink for rupees 15. Then he found a gutka pouch floating inside the packed soft drinks bottle. Very often we come across, when you put some dead insects are found in the drinks drinks bottle and all, or else several foreign particles are found. Consumer court held that in this case, a gutka pouch floating inside the packed soft drink bottle of the purchased by the consumer is concerned. Again, one more thing I want to share with you. See, every consumer is not very aware, fully aware, or we don't want to, even if we have get such type of defective product sold, we never bother to go to the court and all, thinking that it is going to take unduly longer time, it is going to waste our time and all. But believe me, if you want to get relief, definitely there is a provision available in the Consumer Protection Act, even for smaller values, then the people have got relief also. It's only 15 rupees only the value of the drink is concerned, but he took the pain off, taken the matter before the court of law, and the court of this law, that is the Consumer Commission, issued the notice to the other concerned shopkeepers concerned. Then the matter has been entertained. Then it came to the conclusion that it was unfair trade practice and deficiency in service on the part of the company was proved, and the customer was awarded a compensation of rupees 3,000 against the price of 15 rupees paid. See the facility available under the Consumer Protection as concerned. Even there are several number of cases about this concern. So anybody makes a false advertisement, if it is found to be incorrect or wrong or misleading, we as the consumer, we should try to approach the consumer for quota appropriate relief, so that the people, the trader or the seller, can be taught a lesson by the consumer themselves only. Now that's another case of the Center for Science versus Coca-Cola. Again, for a long time, some time back, Coca-Cola was advertising, making advertising which was deceptive advertising of a vitamin water by Coca-Cola company. They were advertising a product and they claimed that it contains the vitamin, it's a vitamin water. And the Coca-Cola company, a large number of cases filed against it, for n number of cases in India and all. We all know it very well. One such complaint is about the deceptive advertisement of vitamin water sold by the companies concerned. On a complaint filed, the Coca-Cola agreed to change some of its labeling and marketing of the vitamin water, including the addition of the C nutrition facts for more detail on all its bottles. So they accepted that. That is not their advertisement is misleading. They agreed on that. They tried to make the necessary things are concerned. Now we will come out the misleading advertisement, few more cases. It's about Red Bull Gum versus the food and beverage industry. In this case, the Red Bull slogan, the advertisement contains this slogan: Red Bull gives you wings. This is the advertisement. Red Bull gives you wings is an unmet promise. That means some of the few people believed that Red Bull will actually give you wings, and the effects of Red Bull are difficult to deny. Now, the casual reading or a reading of this, Red Bull gives you wings. Now, some people, average men, think that yes, we are going to get some wings sort of thing, maybe for anything and also. Problem is then the problem is identified. The product will improve physical and mental performance beyond the benefits offered by the coffee or other caffeine products without any study in support of its claim. Amounted to misleading advertising. Actually, they were trying to tell that if you take this drink, you will fly like anything and all. That was the intention of that behind the advertisement is concerned. But that claim that if you drink Red Bull gives you wings, that was unsubstantiated with say scientific data or statistical data or any further proofs and all, due to want of say adequate proof based on the claims made in the advertisement. The court came to the conclusion this advertisement misleading. According to the company was asked to withdraw the advertisement is concerned. Now, Mr. Ramesh versus Prakash Moped House and others, it's a national commission verdict. It's about the general, about the nature of the advertisement put. This case, the commission warned against advertisements that use fine print to hide crucial information pertaining to products and services, hereby misleading the consumer. Generally, the information which are very, very relevant, important, like the date of manufacture, the date of expiry, the content in the print is such a small letter. Even with a person with a very clear eyesight, he or she will not be in a position to read such a message, which are very, very crucial. The price is very crucial. Date of manufacture very crucial. Date of expiry is very clear. Lifespan of the commodity is very, very crucial. But they put in such a small caption, no one can, even with this thing in a readable rate. So the court concluded that now you cannot make such an advertisement very unreadable or illegible form vital information, and also accordingly they will want to make it. These should be clearly readable, visible to the common eye is concerned. This is what the importance of this case is concerned. Now there are the Bajaj Auto versus Pankaj Kumar. In this case, the advertisement claimed that the vehicle Kawasaki Bajaj Boxer CT motorcycle gives mileage of 87 km per liter. That is the claim made. But when the person purchased that same brand in the year 2001, on the basis of the such claim made, he found that it gave only 65 kilometers per liter as against the claim of 87 kilometers made, took his disappointment. Generally, when the claim is made that the vehicle gives 67 kilometers per liter, everyone will be tempted to make a choice of this vehicle only vis-a-vis the other vehicles which are giving lesser kilometers per liter is concerned. But after purchase only, he learnt and he noticed that it only gave 67 kilometers per liter only. So he was totally disappointed and he filed a case against the Bajaj Auto, and based on that again complaints, arguments, counter argument, facts submitted before the court came to the conclusion held that the manufacturer of the Bajaj Kawasaki motorcycle is guilty of unfair trade practice for having misled the consumer about the mileage through its advertisement, and in this case the court awarded a compensation of ₹10,000 in favor of consumer. Again we see the advertisement generally for vehicles, two-wheeler or four-wheeler, they claim that this will give you this much percentage of vehicle, and for up to this many thousands of kilometers there is no need for changing any of your components, spare parts and articles and all. Please, in such cases, read the claims very carefully, and after purchase if you find there is any deviation or if there is a shortcomings against the claims made, we have the opportunity to go with the consumer court and claim for the damages and loss incurred. Even we can get for the compensation for the mental agony undergone and also cost of litigation also. So the law is very, very favorable to the consumer, so that the consumer should come forward to take advantage of this such stuff of false advertisement is concerned. Then misrepresent, again it's a very common case. It's about this tourist package concerned. Ms. Cox and Kings versus Private Limited versus Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph and his family booked for a tour from Bangalore to Singapore via Malaysia and back with Cox. That's a tour package they booked it. The advertisement displayed that the duration of the tour as 2 nights and 3 days course only. In the advertisement they said the total course period is 2 nights and 3 days course only. But after making the payment, when they received the confirmation voucher timings, wherein they mentioned that they have to leave Singapore at 23.19 hours. That means just 1 minute lesser than the next counting of the days concerned. And accordingly, then accordingly when he calculated, then the claim of 2 days and 2 nights and 3 days is reduced by 1.5 days only. That was in reality. So he found that, he filed a case with this actually meant the trip is originally for 2 nights and 1.5 days, 1.5 days as against 2 nights and 3 nights. So 1.5 days is lost actually in reality, but they made a false claim of 1.5 days more. So shortage of 1.5 days cruise service was complained. Then the court again issued the notice to Coxon and Kings, and finally on verification of facts and other things, the court came to the conclusion that the Coxon and Kings were responsible for giving such a misleading advertisement, fooling the people, misleading the people, fooling the public, and held the company liable and directed them to pay, in addition to the cost of pricing, 50,000 compensation awarded against the Coxon company. Very many people, not he is the one person went filed a case before the court, but whenever this tourist package is provided, please read the timings. They are very, very clever, shrewd. They put like this only. They say 1 hour, but they give the timing as 23:50 or 59. So only 10 minutes is counted as 1 full day. Similarly, on the type of the closing day also, they will case at 12.1 or likewise only say that the day is covered also. We should be very, very careful, calculate the timings actually, and if it falls of the claim made, then we should go for the consumer court and get a suitable remedy. There are large number of cases of this nature is available. Now we will move on to a few more cases. Kishan Chand Chawla versus Technology Park Limited. This is about the false and misleading advertising about the residential complex result in the consumer making a payment of 61,645. Actually, it is a builder, a house building company. They floated a scheme for purchase of the plots in the park is considered. They given a technology park is the name given to that scheme, and they floated they made an advertisement, and they made the consumer to pay the amount, and the amount payable was 61,664. But after making the payment, the commission noticed that the MRTP commission noticed that the company advertised without getting clearance from the government authorities. The court observed that it is manifestly clear that the applicant has been a victim of false and misleading claims made by the company that it has the requisite information and approval of the competent authorities to develop the land into a residential complex. Actually, without getting the approval from the government authorities like the development authorities, they made a false propaganda that they have the right to say develop the residential complex in that particular area. But in reality, every common man, we have presumed to know before they come out with the scheme for the development house and house construction and all, clearance from the state government of the concern is very, very essential and relevant. So in this case, this particular company, they without getting the approval from the concerned government authorities for development of the residential complex, made an advertisement and collected money. You can think of 61,000. This was a very old case. And suppose one person, they paid, a large number of people paid lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Ultimately, they were not in a position to develop the complex. And according to the court concluded that the claim made by the builder was false and misleading. And the company was directed to refund the money along with interest at the rate of 18% and compensation of rupees 5,000 also again. See, in the case of house construction, there was no large number of, you find a large misleading advertisement. Possession will be given within 3 specified period, but the possession is seldom given. Then the assurance, they will provide all the facilities, but at the taking the possession, no such facilities were provided as made in the advertisement also. One should be very, very careful before making a decision to purchase any say house. House is very, very essential need. Food, roti, kapda, makan. But at the same time, our lifetime savings, say, invested in the house. But before making a huge investment, our retirement benefits are invested in the purchase the house only. So if you, without verifying, if you go for such purchases, we have to land in trouble. Only we as the consumer be aware of our own rights, and we should not say fall prey to such type of claims only. Now, a few more cases I'd like to. Then Procter & Gamble products was Rajdev Bharadwaj. It is about the it's about a very smaller case about this purchase of detergent, soap detergent. The consumer purchased Ariel Super Soaker detergent power packet. In that packet, it was mentioned that the packet represents the contents as 1 kg detergent powder and an Ariel bank cake weighing 125 grams free of cost, including the packet. But when after purchasing, it only contained 1 kg and 75 grams as against 1 kg and 120 grams claimed by the companies concerned. So again, based on the complaint made, the court came to the conclusion that this type of false claim, you made a claim that the promise that the package will contain 1 kg 125 grams, but in reality when they weighed, it contained only 75 grams only. So it was held as the unfair trade practice, and a compensation of rupees 2,000 was awarded to the complainant. Again, my only this suggestion is this: even for this only 75 grams less is nothing. We are not going to lose anything, but even then, this consumer took the matter for the consumer court, and they got the relief. Not only relief, got a compensation of rupees 2,000 from the court also. This is about then society civil rights versus Colgate Palmolive. This is about the lottery scheme. This society is concerned where by way of this advertisement, the company announced the contest Colgate Regard Family Goods Habits Contest. Many prizes were payable to the contestants, but each entry for the contestant was to be accompanied by the upper portion of 2 cartons with their products. Colgate Regard toothbrush was sold. This contest thus required every contestant to buy at least 2 toothbrushes. And ultimately, the contest was purely in the nature of lottery. Large numbers were persuaded to part with their money in the hope of getting some prizes, and thus prejudicial to the interest of the consumer, hence amounted to misleading advertising. So whenever you see such a type of advertisement, the price is input to that. Please read it very carefully and verify what amount you have to invest vis-a-vis the say return you are going to something, then take the judicious decision. With this thing, let me conclude my discussion on this advertisement. In fact, as my concluding words is, let us not fall prey to the misleading advertisement. At least after undergoing this course, you please educate all your neighbors to be careful about the false and misleading advertisement, say coming through the media or electronic media or social media or newspapers, so that we can educate ourselves. Thank you very much, please.